All right, let's get into making this outfit right here. This is Vogue 1645. I'll be using this red and black. It's a suiting fabric, so it's fabric used for suits. And I have already cut out my pieces, and I had to extend the length of the suit because it was way too short. So first thing we'll start with is cutting out the interfacing. So as you can see, that's number 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 14. So here I am cutting out the interfacing. Then I have cut out all of my fabric, and that is 16 pieces. This is probably the most pieces I've ever worked on. So now I am focusing on ironing the interfacing to each pattern that it is required for. So I'll get into that. And the first sewing step we'll do is step number 5, which is to stitch the left front and the lower back together. So you'll need pieces 1 and 2 to work on that first. So these will be your 2 pieces you'll sew together first. So that's what I'm doing right here. Next, we're up to step 6, which is to stitch the crotch seams together. And that's what I'm working on right here, is stitching the crotch seams. First, I want to pin that together, and then you will work on stitching that together. Next up is step number 7, which is to work on the upper back section. So you're going to sew those 2 pieces, piece number 4 together. For me, the back was extremely loose, so in the future I would definitely add some darts to bring it in and make it tighter. Next is step number 8, which is to pin the upper back and the lower back, matching the centers. Match those center seams together. So that's what I'm doing right here. You want to pin the center seams, and there's going to be darts placed there on the side later. But make sure that you match the center together. Once you have the center seams pinned, the back piece is pinned together. Now you want to sew this up. Right here, you'll see me checking to make sure that the center seams are matched. So you don't want to have that off center. So continue to sew till you get to the end. And this is what the back should look like. So now you're up to step number 9, which is to stitch the left front panel to the back at the shoulder. So that back piece that we just sewed together, we're going to stitch the front panel. And now we're going to do a reinforcement stitch here on this pocket. So you'll just sew right along the center where you see it right here. And make sure you stop at that mark.